Hello, thank you so much for stopping by to watch another episode here at All I See is W. Today, I'll be sharing with you news insights on Skye Bioscience, the company that I've been just preaching all along. Today, I'll share with you updates and I'll give you facts on the company as well as giving you future forecasts of the share price. We all know that it's exciting times with biotechnology companies unrelated to COVID 19. And today I'm going to share with you some amazing data that's coming out from Skye Bioscience. But first, let's say if you are an authentic supporter of Skye Bioscience, I would highly recommend taking a look at this book here. You can purchase Catapult on Amazon, written by the CEO Puneet Dillon. I've actually read every single word in this book, and it has really helped me to learn how I can tap into my self awareness to build on my leadership growth mindset and to apply that not only in the work environment but also anywhere when it comes to building on my running skills, exercise, and just weight training. So it really just applies to everything in your daily life to become more accountable and more productive, and most importantly, happy and more confident. So let's begin with talking about Skye Bioscience, ticker SKYE. Now, this is the Skye Bioscience website, and the mission statement of Skye Bioscience is to unlock the pharmaceutical potential of cannabinoids. Sky is limitless. Now we're looking at the company fact sheet here, and we know that THC VHS will soon be entering into phase 1 clinical trials that will be carried out in Australia. This is very big news, and the THC VHS is intended for glaucoma. We know that CBD VHS is being studied for multiple indications of use, as well as cannabinoid research being leveraged as anti-infective. When you look at Skye's 10Q report, you'll see a third actual product pipeline that's in the works. Now, in terms of value creation, we know that there's initiation of preclinical trial studies for CBD VHS. We anticipate seeing data for that. We do recognize the superior reduction in intraocular pressure when Skye has performed head-to-head studies on its THC VHS effect on IOP versus nirtadosol and latanoprost alone in combination to evaluate the potential additive and or synergistic effects of THC VHS. We know that completed studies have been done for GLP, CMC manufacturing of THC VHS, and just recently today we've heard news about how genotoxicity studies to assess the potential for induction of genetic mutations for chromosomal damage has been completed. Now, there's a number of planned studies that will be coming out, right? We're interested on the neuroprotection data on the THC VHS. We anticipate that there will be repeated dose toxicology study in multiple species to satisfy FDA's investigational new drug requirement. We know that there will be a need for the approval from the Australian Ethics Board and a number of other things, but what's most important is getting into human clinical trials, which is estimated for the second half of this year, which will be coming very soon. I'm anticipating by the end of Q3, so sometime in, I'm thinking September, we shall hear the news. So it's looking very exciting with the position that Skye Bioscience is in and how it can really add value in meeting medical unmet needs for glaucoma patients. Now, next up, I just wanted to share with you, this is Skye Bioscience's recent 10Q report that was released after filing it with the SEC. Quickly just showing you the assets, liabilities, and stockholders' equity. So as you can see here, we're looking at 2020 versus 2021 at a single point in time, and just focusing on the assets. As you can see, back in 2020 it was at 2.6 million. Now it nearly just doubled that value in 2021. So we recognize that the total assets are growing, and that's a good sign. Although we see assets growing, we do see an increase in the liabilities, right? The company's not taking any PPP loan. There's accrued interest due to related party. The liabilities grew to 1.5 million, which isn't quite significant because when we look at the stockholders' equity, we see an increase here. So this is looking very promising, seeing how the assets has increased, and that will allow for Skye Bioscience to position itself into the human clinical trials data, as well as working with big time sharks through those exercise warrants and really getting more funds in anticipation for the human clinical trials. So that's good news and good planning from the leadership team, especially with Puneet's leadership. And I'm forecasting that this will be a smooth cruise, even though there will be some road bumps. But overall, we have an experienced leadership team that knows what they're doing. Now, in terms of latest news, back in June, we heard about how Skye has expanded its clinical advisory board by adding Dr. Miguel Gonzalez. That's great news. Back in July 26, Skye Bioscience appoints Biotech executive Praveen Tile, PhD, to the board of directors. A great addition to the all-star team, and that's only going to build on the executive and scientific board committee for Skye Bioscience. Today I wanted to focus on Skye Bioscience's news on how it completed its THC VHS IND enabling in vitro genotoxicity studies. This is actually a requirement to conduct clinical trials for therapeutic goods agencies in Australia, as well as for the Food and Drug Administration. So let's deep dive into this article that was released today at about 5:30 in the morning. So we know that BioReliance, one of the world leaders providing safety testing services, includes amongst its customers many of the largest pharmaceutical, biopharmaceutical, and chemical companies around the globe that Skye is working with to perform this study. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read the statement that Puneet had noted. Genotoxicity data are a prerequisite to enter into human clinical trials in all major markets. Although the safety profile for the active pharmaceutical ingredient THC is well recognized, this was the first time these studies were performed with our proprietary molecule, THC VHS, a prodrug of THC. We are pleased to have successfully completed these studies and continue to advance our non-clinical requirements prior to initiating our first in-human trial, as well as future clinical trials in the US. Now, 2 studies were carried out to assess the genotoxicity potential of THC VHS. The first was a mammalian cell micronucleus assay, which is designed to determine a compound's ability to generate chromosomal aberrations and considered to be one of the most reliable assays in determining genotoxicity. The second study was a reverse bacterial mutagenesis assay, also referred to as the Ames test, which assesses the ability of a compound to generate gene mutations. The good thing is that both assays produce non-reactive negative results, which implies that THC VHS is not a genotoxic compound, which really is a stepping stone, adding confidence that THC VHS is well positioned to start the human clinical trials, given that the product is safe, it's tolerable, it's not genotoxic. Now, this is going to look very solid once Skye is also able to demonstrate that it's immunogenic, right? And also with neuroprotective data, that's only going to add additional stamp of approvals that there's clinical benefits over any type of risk implications. I mean, we don't see much risk or any risk at all with this type of drug product. So that's the company's product differentiation that will leverage itself to be one of the leading pioneers for bridging the gap between natural medicine and healthcare. And that's why Skye Bioscience, from a long-term perspective, this share price will be reflective in the value that the company can add based on its product line. And this is fairly new, given that cannabinoid research is barely starting with getting data out there, but we're beginning to see psychological changes, and there's going to be large institutions that will jump into this company, given that we've seen how Jazz Pharmaceuticals acquired Epidiolex product line, right? I mean, that's huge news how Epidiolex, the first FDA approved drug, not even a bioengineered drug product using CBD, it was approved for use, and Jazz Pharmaceuticals saw the value with that drug product and acquired the company. So there you have it. Skye Bioscience is really going to take off, and I'm forecasting that it's going to catapult beyond the $1 and go all the way up to like $3 to $5. This company is making a big difference in the ocular space, and I have firm belief and high conviction that Skye Bioscience is really going to add value and make some huge milestone achievements. So let's not lose sight of the potential of this company. Well, overall, I just wanted to say thank you for watching another episode here in a deep dive analysis on the company Skye. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave it down below, and always please make sure to subscribe to this channel for more related content. Thank you all. You all have a great day.